Yeah? Whoops. the mic.
There we go. Mic's on now. Okay, sorry, the mic wasn't on. My bad. Yeah, you'd think we'd have streaming down now, wouldn't you? After all this, but okay.
Hello.
Okay, that's like zoomed in your face.
I
I don't know why is it doing that? Why is it all weird like that? I mean, it's fine having that background, I guess, but
yeah, I think it's nice to have a change of pace.
Can I get the chat up? And you can talk to them while I fanny around with all this.
Hello, everyone. Jack boy, Queen Bee, you get a shout out. You're already here.
Yeah, we need our testers to test. Does everything look and sound alright?
Yeah, we all need you to tell us whether we're alright. Are we okay? Are we okay? How's sound? Do we actually have sound now?
Yeah, I just hit mute. That's all I did. Oh, I really want to mess around with the video to try and fix this, but
Everything sounds good. We can see you and hear you. You're from New York. What's up, Gabriel Keaton? Yeah, we see. It seems good. Perfecta, Tanya M. Black Cat, it's good. Hamilton's Haunted Exploration, great, perfect, guys. And also, best of luck with the channel, buddy. Loud and clear. Wow.
loud and clear.
Loud and clear. We've never had loud and clear. We've never had loud and clear. We've had loud.
They've all been loud.
Plenty of times.
The first 3 streams were just loud.
This is our, well, 4th official live stream, I think. There we go. A little bit of mood lighting.
Mood lighting. Yeah, 4th, I think. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. And it's hot today. It's really hot today, guys. So we apologise if we look a little bit grotty. We've been running around. We just finished filming a brand new episode for you guys.
I've literally just finished filming Sunday's episode.
Yes. So we're
in which I say, I hope you guys watch the live stream, which is happening now.
Yes.
So that was weird.
That was a bit of timey-wimey stuff. But thankfully, everything's on track now. We're very sorry about the delay. But wow, what's going on, guys? I think the last time we did a live stream, we had like 4,000 subscribers.
Oh, was it really? No.
I think it was around there.
Was it?
It was around like 5,000, maybe 6,000. And now I don't know if we can like actually do this justice by saying this to you all, but
well, it's nuts, isn't it? 11,000 people. Like, it's nuts. It's nuts.
I mean, we're just 2 dudes like telling each other scary stories, and
it is mad. It's mad.
Just thank you all. Just thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Hello from Denver thunderstorms, Patrika everywhere. While Jody Music, I hope that Patrika doesn't mean that the gloaming's coming, because that would be that'd be really unfortunate. And also, I would never wish that upon you, Jody Music. But thanks for the name drop.
Right.
So we have a lot to talk about in this particular live stream. We've had a lot of things that we've wanted to say to you guys for quite a while in terms of the direction this channel that we want to take it, and we kind of want to maintain, because we have so many ideas to kind of give you a scope of where we want to go.
Yeah.
But we also kind of want to gauge your interest on those ideas as well.
Exactly.
So this is why we kind of said previously this was going to be a little bit of housekeeping, because this channel is nothing without you guys. It's nothing without the people that watch it. And so we want to make sure that we can maintain a very doable equilibrium and kind of deliver the content continuously that we want to do. So whether we want to talk about that now or...
I think we can intersperse it.
We can intersperse it,
So we'll just get straight off the bat with a scary story. Why don't we just do that? That's what we're good at.
Yes.
We're not good at announcements. Like
exactly, yeah.
Start strong.
We need to start...
Yeah.
They always said do what you're good at, or write what you know. That's one of the best pieces of advice I've ever had. And we have one scary story that I've picked out, which, I mean, you can read it or I can read it. Or
you go first. I'm going to grab a drink anyway.
Oh, you're going to go. All right, there we go. So this is perfect time for Danny to grab a drink while he was trying to set up the live stream and make sure everything was okay. I have 2 drinks, so okay. Danny can... So...
Yeah, which one?
Can we get the chat up just on?
Yeah.
So it's a story called. If you scroll down, or make it smaller. I can't read that one. There we go. Perfect. It's that one. It was the mask I made.
Mask I made.
Down. Just Down. Up. That one.
That one.
Yep.
Ah. Okay. Do you want to just put it in a Google Doc so it's easy to see? I'm going to change the font really quick.
Yeah. Why not?
That's a bit.
So, Timo BDT says, y'all should honestly try to do a collaboration with Mr. Nightmare. That would be fantastic. Mr. Nightmare, if you're listening, we'd love to do a collaboration with you.
It'd be hilarious if Mr. Nightmare was listening.
Imagine.
We've seen Mr. Nightmare in chat. Yeah. No, I do. I've got a lot of time for that, and it was definitely a name that came up when we discussed this channel originally. But we're also trying to do our own thing. Not too big. Cool.
That's perfect.
Yeah, and then you just scroll.
Yeah. I think one of the most important things for us as well is that we appreciate the fact that things that we create originally are very entertaining to you. You don't know how much that means for there we go, perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
So see if we can get some atmospheric music on.
Original Ashwell says Mr. Nightmare reads Reddit stories, right? Wow. I think he does.
Oh, don't we all?
Oh, don't we all? Okay, so Glover, podcast would be amazing. Wow, that's interesting that you should say that. Ooh, scary music.
Well, that's a good one.
Right, this is a story sent in by someone who we need to double check the name because
that's it, right.
This one.
Yeah,
perfect.
Bill. What's the name? Go to the email.
Okay, they did. B.L. Huntley.
B.L. Huntley.
Yes.
That's like a cool.
That's a great name. B.L. Huntley. If you are
All right.
Okay.
I am coming back.
Hopefully Danny's coming back, but right, guys. So we're gonna begin this particular live stream with sorry, Queen Bee. We are part of our technical difficulties is that we can't resize our video frame to full, so unfortunately we're gonna have to keep it. But here we have a story that particularly stood out to us, and the fact that all of you send stories to us is fantastic, and we love it. But this one in particular was from an individual known as B.L. Huntley, mysterious, and their story was called "The Mask I Made." So we'll begin. Okay, I know. Usually these situations happen when someone discovers something ancient, like a tomb or buried treasure. But I made this mask myself. Me. Why? Well, because I love art. Specifically African tribal art. I always wanted to buy an authentic piece, but at the time, I was too young and broke. It was 1999 and I just happened to be in 9th grade that year. I was the only girl on my block who mowed their lawn for spending money. And 10 or 20 bucks didn't go too far. I spent most of it on school trips or the concession stand at lunch, but a good chunk of it went into craft projects to drive away my incessant adolescent angsty boredom. School was okay. I didn't do too well in classes to get along with my peers, so my teachers wound up being closer friends to me than the other kids. I liked all my classes, but my favourite was art. Our art teacher was Mrs. Munch, silent E. The other kids called her Munchie behind her back because she was overweight and a little strange. I never called her that, After all, I was an overweight weirdo myself. She was super nice to me and let me stay late after school to work on art projects while my parents were still at work, so my parents loved Mrs. Munch too. Other non-jocks stayed after school for detention or computer lab or makeup science labs, but I stayed to paint and sculpt while Mrs. Munch graded our regular class papers and projects. She offered the same opportunity to all her students, but no one else stayed because they hated Mrs. Munch's teacher's aide, a guy named Edward, and he was always there too. He seemed like a self-centered Van Gogh wannabe to me, but I just stayed out of his way and he stayed out of mine. He never bothered me until one day I heard some of the other girls talking about him in the hallway. They complained that he was... Sorry. This is why it's how no, because the music stopped incredibly abruptly there. Sorry about that. There we go. They complained that he was creepy, and he never stopped smiling. After that, I paid more attention and realized that they were right. But I just kept up with my routine of staying after school because I didn't have to interact with him that much. I was a stupid freshman. What did I know? But one day in class, we had made these really nice plant pots using Mrs. Munch's potter's wheel, and she fired them for us in her classroom kiln. I told her how much I loved making mine, and when I saw her after school, she let me look at one of her clay sculpting books. I settled on making a mask and asked if she had a mould I could use for the basic form. She got one out of the supply closet for me, beaming, and told me that one of her very favourite clay projects was also a mask. I started forming the basic mask shape right away, but I wanted to do some research into African-style patterns like the ones I had always imagined. After choosing my pattern, I began layering shaped pieces and making etches. The whole project took about 6 weeks to get it the way I wanted it, working 3 hours at each school day. After being fired the first time, Mrs. Munch showed me how to paint and glaze the mask, and she fired it 2 more times to make it last. I was so proud of it when it was ready for me to take home. When I showed it to my parents, they thought it was ugly and refused to let me hang it in our house. I was devastated and in tears told them how Mrs. Munch had said it was beautiful. So they told me to take it back and give it to her. After I calmed down, I decided to do what they asked. The next day I brought the mask back to Mrs. Munch and told her what happened with my parents. She made some comforting noises and patted my shoulder reassuringly. Then I asked her if she would like to have my mask. She said she would be honoured to have it. And just then, she got a strange, even silly kind of expression on her face. Mrs. Munch held the mask to her face and started joking about how scary it was. We laughed for a second and then she tried to put the mask down, but it wouldn't budge. Then it started screaming at me. I yelled over my shoulder that I didn't do anything wrong, and as I somehow had the presence of mind to run to the nearest phone and call for help, meanwhile, creepy Edward lurched out from behind his canvas and tried to help. It was the first time that I'd noticed him that day, and he and I both tried several times to get the mask off, but it wouldn't move. We were in a small town in a rural area, and it took nearly 45 minutes for the EMTs to arrive. But by then, it was too late. Mrs. Munch couldn't get enough air, and she'd suffocated. The police came, my parents were called, and I was taken for questioning. But Edward was nowhere to be found. I guess I went into shock because the next thing I knew, my parents were bundling me out of the police station and the officers were telling them that they would be keeping a close eye on me. After that, on every part of the process, including the type of clay, the brand of glaze, the kiln, everything. I spent a lot of time double checking the pattern I used, but it was a wedding ceremonial mask and it had no ties to anything evil that I could find. After a few weeks, the police called and told my parents that my mask had been tested and came back clean of any glues or harmful chemicals. Despite my feelings of guilt, I was off the hook. But the police told us that they had searched the entire art classroom and the school security tapes, and they'd now had a new suspect. I immediately thought of Edward. He was the only other person in that room that night. Maybe he did something to my mask when I wasn't looking. I decided to take a look around Edward's work area in the classroom, even though the cops had already done so. I thought they might have missed something that a regular attendee might notice. I practically lived in that room after all. I wanted so badly to understand what had happened to poor, sweet Mrs. Munch. For several days no one had even seen Edward, so I figured he'd never notice if I went snooping through his stuff. And when I got there, the room was dark. I should have expected that since Mrs. Munch was gone, but it surprised me for a moment, and my eyes welled up. But then I heard the humming of the kiln and some rattling metal. I wasn't expecting anyone, maybe a janitor, so I was a little scared and rounded the doorway slowly. And there was Edward, barely visible, closing the kiln door. I was confused. I never saw Edward sculpt or mould anything before. He always painted, yet there he was at the kiln. As he turned toward me, I dropped down behind a work table, but not before I saw a brief flash of his body in the light from an adjacent window. He was stark naked. And as bile rose in my throat, Edward lifted his hands into the air, holding a brand new mask, and began chanting, "Invocabo Satanas, Udat mis Satanas." Whew!
What does that mean?
Well, I speak a little bit of Latin. Not. You do. Invocabo Satanas.
I speak the good Latin, not the evil Latin.
You speak the good Latin. I speak the evil Latin. Just to let you all know, I'm a big proponent of evil Latin specifically. Invocabo Satanas means invoke Satan.
And then something like, listen to me, hear me, Satan.
Hear me, Satan. Yes.
Auditory.
It's rise up, Satan, hear me, Satan. There we go. Sorry, what is chain? I did not mean to.
Wow. I also. Well read, by the way. Really good.
Thanks, mate.
That was really good. That was a really good story.
That was a great story.
That was juggling quite a few characters there as well.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I thought it was quite good. I didn't know which way it was going to go at some points. But that was great. I also thought the music actually went really well. Actually, you know, normally we sort of do this blink, 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 blink.
We're kind of like ding, ding, ding,
yeah.
bling, blong.
This is sort of like.
This is nice. This is kind of like.
It reminds me of sort of like modern horror music, almost like, you know, stuff, the sort of Scandi horror police shows you watch. It's the kind of dark
Scandi
music.
noir, my favourite.
Noir. This is the kind of stuff you'd hear in the background. I thought it worked really well with this. It was really good. Hopefully they're watching, because that was our first one we chose.
Thank you so much, BL Huntley. Yeah, we have to talk about this, and this probably kind of segues us nice into this conversation, right? Because we love the fact that you guys take the time to send us stories like all the time, and the fact that you even sit down in front of a computer or whatever you type on, whether it's a quill or a typewriter. I don't know. The fact that you do that, take time out of your day and then send it to us means the world to us. But we have came to a very interesting kind of process, and it's that at the moment we feel that we.
Sorry, to them that's like.
It's big news.
You need drum roll.
So we feel at the moment it's not perhaps as we're perhaps not asking the right questions from you guys, you know. So it's all well and good you sending us stories, but we feel that we can actually make this a really cool process in the sense that we could begin some kind of back and forth between us and you guys by giving some kind of structure to these stories, shall we say?
Yeah.
So we have an idea that we're going to launch now, and we're going to be doing a live stream every month. Pause for dramatic effect.
Yes.
We're going to be doing a live stream every month, and in that live stream, which we're going to set out today, during that 1 month, we're going to give all of you guys that want to send us stories a single word or a phrase, and you have to write an original story around that. And we'll give you a word count, which is going to be 1,500 words.
That's the max, yeah. So I think we should say between 1,000 and 1,500.
Between
1,000. Sending in sort of 300-word short stories.
Yes, yes. So between 1,000 and 1,500 words, that's the word limit. We hope that you'll all adhere to that, and maybe we'll have to get a bit strict and say if you're 1,501.
You're out.
You're out. No, we won't be that strict, will we?
Imagine
1,501, 1,507. That's too much. But yeah. So on this first one, we'd like to what was this?
Type the notes for this. So type in 1,000 to 1,500.
1,000. Is this going on the live stream?
It can do.
Sorry, everyone.
we are practicing live streams with you guys watching. I'm sure all the other live streams that they watch are like so.
Yeah, I'm sure there's so much more polished.
Well, I quite like the fact it's a complete like mess. Okay, is that done? Yeah.
Okay. So yes.
Let's do it in a nice bright red.
Nice bright red. There we go. Oh, it's on the thing. This is incredible. We're all learning together. Look at this.
Make that bigger.
Wow. Oh, you're moving us now. Sorry, guys. This is brilliant.
Okay. So anyway, Jack was saying.
So this is what we want from you. You have a month to write these stories. Also, don't think of it as anything. It's not like I hated exams at school, and it's not like homework or anything.
No, it's just this is the format we're going for because like we've had a really hard time trying to pick stories because you guys send us what, I don't know, 10, 15 a week or something maybe.
At the minute, more than that. Yeah, we get so many per day, and again we love it, but it's at the moment it's just us two and our incredible editor Cassie editing all our videos away. So it's a lot to kind of go through everything, but we feel like if we could give you guys some kind of format, it will be easier, right? So we're going to do one word or phrase that we haven't decided yet, and that's because you guys are going to decide the first one. So we're going to come to some kind of consensus of a great word or a great turn of phrase, and that's going to be the first month. And as long as it hits those parameters, we're going to be reading out the best two. We're going to have a best one, and then
I've got an idea. We could do it now. We could do it a democratic way. We could start off with everyone spams the chat, and me and you pick out like 3, and then they all have to spam which one of those 3 they like.
Okay,
there we go. Everyone spam a theme. So just to give an idea, if that last story we read was one of the first stories, then the theme would be masks.
Yes, right? Exactly.
So whatever theme you want. And also, like, you don't have to write graveyards. Like, I think it'd be better if it's a theme that is almost difficult, like buses.
Oh, God, there's loads coming. It's coming in thick and fast.
A lot of people are saying sleep already.
Sleep, yeah. Sleep, time.
Water.
MacGuffins.
MacGuffins.
Fantastic. MacGuffins. We love a good MacGuffin.
Aliens.
Oh, Instagram. Virtuous. Fancy. Evil. Time, please. Time. Whoa.
Let's go. Let's try and not do so abstract, like sort of time. Let's try and do a few more specific ones. Think about ordinary things in your lives. Like Jack and I have been writing a lot of stories centered around doors.
Yes.
Now, if you think about a door, that's not necessarily scary, but we hopefully have written some scary stories. So, like, ordinary themes or ordinary concepts that we could really, really make creepy.
Yes.
So that doesn't have to be stuff like darkness or whatever.
Pickles. I mean, that would be a challenge and a half, but I mean,
shower.
Dan Harmon did it. Oh, shower, that's good. Toilets.
Like Psycho, the original.
Oven, that's really good. I like oven. Okay, you guys keep spamming. Snow. I really like ovens, actually. Okay, I'm going to pick one. You're going to pick one that you see.
Okay.
I've already picked one. Pickle Rick.
All right. Okay, let me pick one. Oh, that's good. Oh, some good ones coming in there. All right, I've got it.
You got it?
I've got mine, yeah. I've got mine. Because it's a really interesting...
All right, guys, calm down on it.
We need 3, don't we?
We need 3. So how do we pick the third one?
Is there one we both like? We just want to read it right now.
Okay, I'm going to pick oven.
Okay.
I think that's great.
Okay. I'm going to pick radio.
Oh, oven, radio. Okay, we need one more. We've got oven. Right. Oh, oven. Okay, we got oven, radio. Then let's see. Holes in walls. Oh, interesting.
Windows is pretty
Windows is good. Whoa.
Cheryl Cole.
Cheryl Cole.
Clocks. I think that's good.
Oh, fantastic.
It's like more specific than time. All right.
Fantastic. Okay, everyone, calm down on this one. Oh, you changed the font as well.
Oh yeah,
mate.
I'm learning as I go.
That's incredible. Okay, everyone, calm down. We're gonna get this out of our system. Everybody, calm down. We have something interesting to say. So we've chose. Original Asherella, yes, Radio is a fantastic song by Alkaline Trio. One of my favourite Alkaline Trio songs of all time. But my favourite Alkaline Trio song of all time is Keep 'Em Coming. One of my favourite songs of all time, actually.
Right. So, these are our 3 choices.
Okay, there we go, guys. Listen, these are our...
Why don't we see which 2 get the most spams, and then we narrow it down? Or do we want to do a semi-final?
It's like X Factor.
I know.
Do we have a golden buzzer? That's not what happens, is it? Okay.
Okay. All right. So on a count of 3, start spamming which one of those you like.
No, wait. Let's let them. I feel like they need to.
I think they've already started.
Oh, it's going. It's going. Okay. We can't stop it. This is how it works, right?
I know.
This is how it goes. All right. Okay. Whoa.
Okay. I'm seeing a lot of radio.
There's a lot of radio.
I'm seeing a lot of.
Oven and radio seem to be more.
Yes, I think it is.
Oven, radio. Oh, clocks are making a comeback.
Still.
I wish we had one of those things that's like.
I know.
Oh, radio. Radio seems to be clocks. Oven, clocks. Oven, radio, clock.
Oven and radio, I think.
Oven and radio. Okay. That's with time frame. Oven and radio.
Clocks is out.
Clocks is out, I'm afraid. Although clocks have been great.
Clocks would be great. I'm going to steal that myself.
Yeah. Okay. Oven and radio seem to. Okay.
So which one of these 2?
Okay.
Guys?
Right. Everyone, we need to stop.
No more clock spamming.
Stop.
It's just a delay. That's it. So no more clock spamming. If you were voting for clocks, now you got to choose between oven and radio.
No, we need to stop. We need a. Someone said Jack.
They started now. It's about like sort of 6 second delay.
Okay. Radio clock.
I like it. Radio.
Thinking outside the box. Brilliant.
Radio.
Okay.
I don't know.
Right.
I'm seeing more. I'm seeing more for radio.
Oh my god. Right. Oh.
Yeah,
it's radio. Oh wait. Oh no, it's radio. It's radio. It is radio, everyone. Right, there we go, guys. There we go. So
that's our theme.
So we have democratically, I feel like there was perhaps a little bit more. If we were crunching the figures, we would. Whatever. But radio is the word for this month. So, in that respect, what we want you all to do is take a month.
Yeah, so like the next live stream we do, the theme will be radio. Yeah, so like any emails we get right now, make sure you put radio or something in the title. That would help us to know that you've got the message. You know
what we'll do? We'll put a community post and we'll give you the parameters to send us an email in, and we'll give you the actual information on what you need to send to us, what you need to put in the title, what you need to put in terms of word count, and then you can use that. So you have a month to do that, because in the next live stream, which is next month, which is it's the 7th today, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's also the day that Theresa May stepped down as Prime Minister.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting. A month today, so the 7th.
Okay.
The 7th of July.
Yes. Or 7th. Okay. Yeah, no. So the next live stream, whenever we do it, sometime in the first week or 2 of July. We're also going to obviously mention this to all the people who don't catch this live stream. Everyone who just watches the actual videos, we'll start announcing this. So the next video you see on Thursday, we'll talk about you guys. We'll say all the people watching the live stream, they helped us choose the theme for this month, and we'll do a quick explanation. So hopefully if you guys could sort of spread the word about that as well. But yeah, the next theme is radio, which is very exciting.
There we go.
And remember, 1,000 to 1,500 words is ideal, because we want to be able to read as many stories out as we can in the live stream. We've had some great stories, but some of them, have been pushing sort of 3,000 words, I think.
That's the thing.
Some of them have been a lot longer than our stories that we actually do on the channel.
Yeah.
Which is great, but...
We had some fantastic stories that were literally about 9,000 words. And it's just... They're great, but we just can't kind of do it, so...
Transformer fan wants to shout out, hey. Someone also mentioned Jack Peace has Bing Bong Mr.
Bunker. Also, Gabriel Keaton says, I totally have a suggestion for the rating system, guys. Please hear me out as a fan. Please, lot. Let's hear you out.
Go on. Well, we've actually changed the rating system slightly today in
have.
our video, which you'll see on Sunday if you're watching.
Basically, Danny and I had a fight, and we kind of like... We measured it out, really, didn't we? We said, here's the line.
Yeah.
If any kind of physical fisticuffs goes over that, then it's
just fighting now. There's no...
Basically, I rated Danny a 1 because I was so kind of disturbed that he didn't give me...
but to be fair, my story was just me reading out a cake recipe. So it probably deserves a 1. But I don't know, I had something a bit creepy about it, like beating the eggs.
It was, the way you delivered it.
But it deserved it. It's fair enough. I understand.
We're going to wait for Gabriel Keaton to tell us their idea on the rating system.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Megan Hutchinson says the old ones really deserve better than 8.2. Seriously. Not saying anything. I'm not saying anything whatsoever.
It's done. It's over.
We can't live in the past. I'm so hot in this room. Just to let you all know, it's very hot in here, isn't it?
You would have
do you want to switch?
Yeah, I guess I'm up next, right?
I'm going to go put the AC on.
Okay.
Whilst Danny... Do you understand?
I don't have a look. I'll have a quick look. I'll chat.
Yeah,
I'll chat and browse.
Right. Yeah.
Let's get rid of radio. The old one was Jack's bog. Fair enough. Someone said the old ones was Jack's Belkian.
Balkan.
Belkian.
Belkian.
The old one was Jack's Belkian. Thank you, Mina with the whole.
As Gabriel Keaton said there. Oh,
there we go.
Oh,
Suspense, lingering, creepy gore, connecting, etc. Whatever the category, they should all be from a scale of 1 to 10 and then an average.
Oh, wow.
Right. I like that. I mean, I love that idea about being like breaking it down. Because this actually, I want to bring this back to the old ones. Because this is exactly, because I think it would have come across a lot better if I could have broken it down into areas. Because I thought that was some of the best writing you've done. I thought it was amazing how you tied it all in. I love the pacing.
I like it.
But there are other stories that just scared me more.
Yes.
That just made me go, oh, that's creepy as hell. Like, what? You know what I mean? So, like, I think that when we do sort of discuss that, but it will be kind of cool to go, these are the different categories, like writing, you know, pure literary flair.
Wow.
Pure scariness.
Do you know what would be incredible? Hear us out, guys. If we didn't rate our stories per episode, and every time we released a new episode, we gave on a community page certain parameters, and you guys could decide what the result was. How's that?
They vote for the stories.
How's that? So we reveal the scoring of the last episode in the next episode.
Okay, I quite like that.
How's that?
And they vote for it. We give up.
They vote.
It's like the end of Game of Thrones. We're giving up.
We just
democratic power to the people.
Azor Ahai is democracy. We're giving the people democracy. What do you think to that?
Pretty good idea. I have goosebumps that you guys are so considering. Lol, thank you so much. I just feel like a random number, which is fine, but an average of categories is kind of standard.
Yeah. No, we like it. Like, if this is going to be... Hey, my mum messaged me and said, Danny needs to reconsider his score for the old ones.
She didn't say that.
She didn't say that. She actually said it a little bit more aggressively. So, just saying.
No, I would love us to have more opportunity to explain it in different categories.
100%. 100%. Theodora Bryant says, where do you get your inspiration for your stories? I get my inspiration from Danny, and hopefully Danny's going to say that he's getting his inspiration from.
No, I'm not even joking. Like, obviously, like the last one I did, which hype was coming out on Sunday. Yeah, watch it. Ties in with everything.
By the way, guys,
finally getting good at describing places.
I don't want to hype it up too much, but I know that a lot of this whole exercise has been kind of bringing all these stories together, and Danny delivered. Again, this is getting out of hand.
We learn one thing, and then
this is getting out of hand. You see, you give us something, and this is what's the result. This is what is the result. Wow.
If someone's tuning in now.
Amazing.
Anyway.
Queen Bee says, Jack, why do you complete your story by keeping it incomplete and leaving it to the imagination? That's a great question. I think for me personally, the fear of the unknown is the ultimate fear. I think horror in particular usually has a tendency to kind of leave the good guys winning over. And I don't necessarily think that for something that has a purpose to scare people, I think the ultimate fear is that the good guys don't win. So yeah, that's why.
I think if I was to get like really hashtag deep on it, I'd say like the ultimate story is life, and what's scary is the great unknown that comes after life. You know what I mean? If someone said, I think that's why actually knowing people, you know, people watching this might very much believe in heaven and hell. Mm-hmm. That's sort of comforting to know that there's something, whether it's good or bad or whatever. It's terrifying to know there's like nothing that comes after, or like what comes after. You know what I mean? And if you boil that big message down to a story, you've got that sort of fear of the unknown.
That's it. You know, and it's great to have a resolution. And I think with the old ones in particular, part 2, that was the first story that we've completed that really has a happy ending, so to speak, as in there's a victory of sorts, which perhaps will be a turning point in the How No universe. But we'll see, right?
Definitely.
It leads us to it because we got one last reveal after Danny's story that we want to talk about. So,
I've had a sudden and random urge to start showing them pictures of us at university.
Amazing. Let's do it.
Like, just screw the stories. I don't know.
Let's do it.
Maybe they'll be tagged on Facebook. Do you think?
I don't know. Would you guys like to see pictures of us at university?
We're talking like 7 or 8 years ago.
7 years ago? There's many. Oh, this is a great beer. Symington Saison. Who knew?
Symington Saison.
Saison.
I don't know their beer. Would it be on Phoebe's, do you think? Phoebe's the only one who's got a...
I think she's got them all turned off.
You've deleted your old Facebook account as well, haven't you?
I deleted my old Facebook account, yeah.
I did save or I did download my old profile.
Who knows?
My little route around. Anyway, carry on. You carry on talking while it's this.
Yeah, give us more questions. Matt Schumark says, I think it would be really cool if you did graphic novels for your stories. Wow, Matt. Like, Danny and I have spoken about this quite a lot, and we'd love to get the channel to a point where we could perhaps collaboratively work with animators or graphic designers to kind of give us some kind of visual originality to things.
I want to announce the next series.
Okay. Well,
is that what you were thinking?
That was my next one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll do that.
I'm excited then.
Yeah. We'll do that after. But yes, we really want to.
Why do you announce that now then? While I'm sort of searching around.
I feel like that's like the last. I think we should do it together when we're both in the right mindset as well. I feel like we should both be in the right mindset. What else have we got? Lerp Lerp says, how long have you known each other? Danny and I have known each other since we were 18 years old. So coming up to a decade.
We're 18? As in
2010.
So I was 19.
You were not. You were just 19.
Yeah. I was 19. Yeah.
You're just 19. Danny is Danny's birthday's on September the 1st. So if he was born, well, his birthday's on September the 1st, late as well. He was born like just before midnight. So if he was born afterwards or before, no, you were born just after midnight.
Yeah, I would have been the year above.
If he was born like 50 minutes earlier,
yeah,
Danny and I would have perhaps never met each other.
Never crossed paths. Yeah.
Yeah, we never. But yeah, we've known each other quite a while. Miss Lols93 says, do your parents watch these vids or have they heard your stories? What do they think of them? Great question. Yes. My mum, she watches every single episode. Mm-hmm. She actually offered an incredible insight actually after watching my most recent video, and she said that she thought it was wonderful that Henry from the Friendship Box, who emerged, spoilers by the way if you haven't seen the old ones, part 2, she said that she thought it was amazing that Henry finally had a friend in Sam, because the whole point of Henry was that he was so lonely. That's why he subscribed to the Friendship Box.
Such a good analysis.
Yeah, and I kind of didn't think of it that way, and I was just like, Mum, that is beautiful.
We love reading the analyses, don't we?
Honestly, guys, like we derive so much enjoyment from like reading through the way that, even if we don't reply specifically, just know that we do read all these things, and they mean the world to us when you kind of think you have a certain angle on things, and it's maybe something that we haven't perhaps thought of. Like it's nice. Sharon Taylor says, what uni did you attend? We attended Liverpool John Moore. Oh, wow. There's our good friend So that is a picture. That's a picture of Danny and I when I had a much larger beard.
And I had no beard.
Danny had no beard.
Most, in fact, I said all of these people watching have never seen me without a beard. That's me.
So if you took my beard now and Danny's beard, which is a little bit longer than mine, and then kind of gave it all to me, that was my beard. My beard used to be like down here.
That's probably about 7.5 years ago. That was.
Look at him. Oh, original Asherella says even if they got stuck in the rows, they would have each other.
Oh.
Oh. That's wonderful. Yeah. Mr. 2APHF says, Danny and Jack, can we try to make comic fan of your stories? Of course. Oh my god, that is incredible. Please do.
Is this song glitching out, not the actual...
Momo says, how do you guys feel about the idea of OTG using your stories as inspirations and a basis for their own work? I'm guessing that you mean others. Yes, I'm guessing that's a typo and you mean others. How do you feel about the idea of others using your stories as inspiration and basis for their own work? Incredible. Go for it. Yeah, if we can inspire you to create something, 100%.
Mm-hmm. Someone's working on a Balkan cosplay.
No!
What?
No!
What?
Original Asherella. Wow.
Well, there might be some more to come in the next few weeks.
There may be, yes. What is Change says, when will you have a P.O. box for us to send fan gifts? Oh, we haven't actually thought of that. Hey, you being nice is the ultimate gift. Don't worry about it.
Rebecca's in the chat. I don't know if Rebecca's seen that picture, but...
So yeah, that was Danny and I in our third year? Second year? Third year.
Sorry, yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it wasn't that. Yeah, I'd say it wasn't that long ago. It was. But...
Danny and I used to stay up so late at night, and we'd buy the cheapest. We'd buy the cheapest amount of beer that you could buy from a supermarket in England called Asda, and they had a crate of beer called Beer Deluxe, and it was 24 little stubby bottles of beer for £4.80, I think.
Is it really? Was it really?
It was £4.80, yeah. And we used to get one of those each, and we'd drink all night, sat on the sofa, and we'd kind of stop drinking when kids' TV shows came on.
I know, we used to sit there and watch like I remember just being like not able to move, and it's like, welcome to the breakfast show.
Literally, we'd be, and it'd be like, you guys sing Get Out, the sunken place. We'd be like in the sunken place, and kids' TV would be on. We'd be like, we can't move.
Mate,
that was our Saturday night.
Rebecca's stealing the show here.
Rebecca always steals the show.
We're just like silently reading the chat now.
Oh, Bethany Alexander says, Rebecca Falgate, I'm working on a painting completely inspired by Poseidon. Is there a way I can send you a pic when it's done? Amazing, Bethany. Well, Bethany, I think we can reveal the fact that Rebecca Falgate will be making a return to Ohno very shortly. And the Poseidon story may be continued.
Maybe.
Original Ashwell says, yeah, I assure you were drinking. Yes, we actually were. We're as Celtic as the day is long and all we can do is drink.
Okay. Do one more story and then have a big chat up at the end. How does that sound?
Yeah, let's do it.
Any good ones?
It's been a while since I scrolled through.
We should turn this sub thing off. Be easier, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Go down. Oh, slow down. Oh, Deja Vu's really good.
Well, there's someone asking in chat, Who was the person asking in chat saying, "Did you get my story?" That would be great to read that out. Too.
Joseph Martinez.
So do we have? Would that be their email, Joseph Martinez?
I believe so. Yes, I'm sure I've seen
Joseph Martinez.
Page 2. Whoa.
These are all just subs from YouTube. I was looking at.
There we go.
What? Where?
There we go. Joseph Martinez.
Oh yeah. He was the one in. Is he the one in chat?
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah. Okay. Joseph Martinez.
You good?
Yeah. It's time for Joseph Martinez's story. I hope he's happy. Still a little.
Sorry, before someone goes into this, finding out that Jack has a fear of wind is what inspired me to write my story, The Sumerian Call. Wow, the Desert Life said that. I don't have a fear of wind. I'm not sure where you've got that from, but The Sumerian Call sounds incredible. Ancient Sumeria is one of my most favourite mysteries. Perhaps, do I have a fear of wind?
Do you? Have you ever mentioned that?
Maybe. Okay, Joseph Martinez, you have asked for it. We are reading your story. And let it be known that this is the last I Know story that will be read as fan entry, because all of the rest will be in the parameters that we've laid out, which you will find out more when we put a community post, if you haven't been here from the start. This music's great. It's like craft work. Ooh. You love this text thing so much.
It's cool. Wait, it's Joseph Martinez's moment. I want to make a
100%.
A big deal. Here we go. So this story is by Joseph Martinez, and it's called "The Monster That's Under My Bed Isn't Under My Bed." The monster that's under my bed isn't under my bed. Hi there. I'm Joanna, and I'm 18 years old. My birthday is in January. Actually, about 8 more days till my birthday, as a matter of fact. So about 2 or 3 months ago, I overdosed. It's all kind of hard to keep track of. Now, during this time, I reached out to a friend of mine as I took those pills to kill myself. I was cold and shaking, but so hot as the cops arrived. If it wasn't for her calling them, I wouldn't be alive today. I hope she reads this, knowing there aren't enough words in the world to thank her with. I was rushed to the hospital. Successfully, I was able to puke up those pills. Sadly, it was all over my clothes though. The nurses gave me new clothes to change into. It was very cold there. The clothes were paper thin. After my full recovery, I was finally able to leave the hospital. Since I'd attempted a suicide, the nurses at the hospital found a mental hospital that my insurance would cover. Once I arrived, I was there for about a week. Maybe even an hour or so. Who really knows? That's when something strange kind of started happening. They had put me on my meds during my time there, which was good for me since it helped me a lot in the long run. I haven't been taking them consistently though. I struggle with depression and anxiety. Do you know how much it affects if you don't take your meds correctly or even at all? I've got my new medicine and it's going fine. Actually going pretty well. About the first to second day, I made a lot of friends there. What is really messed up though is this guy I met. He shouldn't even be there. His mom kept saying that she was going to kill herself. So to show her what she was doing, he had unloaded his clip, popped the chamber, and then put the safety on, but the cartridge was in it. So he holds it up to his head and says, I can't do that to his mom. So him and I hit it off on the first day. We were good, but for namesake and protection of people, none of their names are going to be the same in this story. Hell, I'm not even going to use my own name. So the guy in the mental hospital, we'll call him Jeff. While I was there, I did laps around the hospital with Jeff, because that's all we really got to do. There was kind of a fish tank glass thing that went outside because that was the only place we could actually go to get outside and was the only place to get some fresh air. I have only ever went out there once. So me and Jeff are walking laps around this thing and I see something out of the corner of my eye. I see this tall, dark, handsome, triangular face, but it was flat at the same time, like Pyramid Head from the game. I can never remember what it's called, but only when you don't see him from straight on. It's completely flat. Really weird. I'm tapping Jeff profusely, and I asked him, a bit shaken up, "Did you just see that?" He's looking for something, anything, and says, No, I didn't. So after that, things were normal for the rest of my time there. I missed Thanksgiving, sadly. The day I get out, some friends and I decided to hang out with each other. We had gone to Panera Bread. Janice, her two boyfriends, and I were all going, and I didn't eat much. My appetite had dwindled as my stomach was kind of upset. Looking back on why I had lost my appetite, I understand why my stomach was upset now. It was a warning. Maybe even a plea from my body telling me to go to bed that night. From the way my bed is, I sleep back to the wall right under my window. My legs spread out, my footboard having holes in them. Perfect for my feet to stretch and not be so cramped. The desk with my computer on it is right by the footboard. I'm snuggled in bed, all comfy, half asleep when I feel this bony finger thing touching me from the top of my foot, gliding all the way down to the bottom. The skin is more of a leather feeling, nothing even close to skin, but much more like a long, bony, cold finger. It sent chills running down my spine as it repeated the action multiple times. Now, as this is happening, I'm thinking to myself, it's probably just a leg of my computer stand. As it does its 5th or 6th stroke down my foot, I come to an eerie realization. That can't be my desk. As it stops, I feel it creep its claw-like hand around my ankle, gripping it with such force. All its bony, leather-like fingers wrapped around me. My heart is beating out of my chest like bongos. I was so terrified, I could barely think of what to do. As fight or flight kicked in, I used some of my strength, pressed my other foot on part of the footboard, and yanked my leg away from its bony grasp. Its hand coiled like it was still holding my leg. I see it. I see him. His head poked out, a pyramid-like form, right between my desk and footboard. His smile, distorted, a stretch-wide smile. It didn't look normal, not at all like it belonged there. Stretched over that pyramid face, it looked wrong. It looked very wrong. His eyes were on the side of his face, his gaze piercing into mine. Instinctively, I pushed myself into the corner, which was a grave mistake, as he pounced onto the bed, trapping me, one hand on the bed and the other on the wall. I closed my eyes, not wanting to see what came next, and as I opened them, he was gone. And I don't know if I blacked out or if he really just disappeared, but he wasn't there. I couldn't sleep for the rest of the night. I don't really remember much. That's all I can really say for now. I'll keep you posted if I remember anything else.
Ooh. Ooh. Joseph. Ha.
I mean, pretty primal fear.
Wow.
It's a weird thing how like there's not many people that I've met who didn't have this thing as a childhood where if they just wrap themselves in a certain way in their duvet or they do something, then the monster can't get them. We don't talk about that at school. No one's going to school saying, when they're 5 or 6. But
it's true though, isn't it?
But no one's, I didn't get that from a movie or anything. No. It was just only when I was like a teenager and you start seeing people joke about it. I'm like, wait, but we all had that feeling of like, there was something in the room and we're safe as long as we keep our
And we all had that
limbs.
same way of combating it as well. Isn't that interesting? The fact that we're in something. Like for me, like I suffered from nightmares as a kid, like really badly, especially as a younger child. Like I had terrible nightmares, and my thing was to kind of like write like just descend into like a shitty little fantasy story. Do you know what I mean? I'd just like tell a story. I'd be like, okay, so this is how it begins. There's a king in a castle, and then his son goes, and then blah blah blah. And that would be my thing
to protect you.
Yeah, and then I'd just like. Would be done. Do you know what I mean? I'd do that till I fell asleep. And when I was convinced that like there was something in my room, it's crazy, isn't it? The defense mechanisms that we have against those kind of thoughts.
I remember one time being a kid and being absolutely convinced there was something in the room with me. Like but like
beyond convinced. But like, there was.
But like more than other times. Like it was like I heard it. Right, I literally heard it, like it was like moving in the room and stuff. And the thing that I did that stopped all the fear and stopped it altogether was I literally was like, I remember saying out loud, being like, "I know you're there."
Amazing.
And I was about 10 or 11.
I love that.
And then the fear just went.
I love that, Dan.
And it was like, what? You know what I mean? Like.
I love that, mate.
It's a weird defense.
No, but there's a thing, isn't there? There's a. For those of you that haven't read a great fantasy series called "The Name of the Wind" by Patrick Rothfuss. It's the King Killer Chronicles. That's the name of the series. But read that if you haven't. But he talks about how names have power, and like the knowledge of knowing something is the ultimate power. And particularly in the first book, it's the name of the wind. So if you know the true name of the wind, you can control the wind, which is interesting because people were talking about wind in there, weren't they? But that's a very interesting notion, isn't it? To if you called out when you were a kid to say that I know you're there, there's something combative in knowing something.
Well, it's like
these guys are talking about, the fear of the unknown. It's the point, isn't it?
But in folklore and old witchcraft, I name you, I name thee.
There we go.
Well,
once you spoke your true name,
exactly, and that's the power, and it is like knowing.
There we go. Rapunzel, not Rapunzel. Sorry, the guy. What's his name? Who pricked his Rumpelstiltskin. I know your true name. That was the whole thing, isn't it? And again, in Scandinavian folklore, in a lot of European folklore, it's about speaking their names, like having knowledge over who you are. That's what gives me power, right? Because if I know the fear, I'm not scared of it. Again, the fear of the unknown.
Well, thank you very much, Joseph. Really enjoyed that. Joseph was saying just in the chat that was sort of partially based on a real story when he was in hospital and.
Wow.
And
thank you for sharing that with us, Joseph.
Glad you got through that.
Fantastic, yeah.
Thanks for that.
Yes, Megan, the Earthsea Saga by Ursula Gain. She uses the same principle. Yes, she does. Fantastic series. Also, I have to point out, as we segue away from this, that our good friend, Original Asherella, just said something fantastic, and perhaps it may be a game changer right now live on How Knows Livestream about perhaps having a subreddit for How Know.
Imagine, that would be great.
Wouldn't that be a great way to kind of look through all these stories and stuff?
Or anything. Maybe we could put that to a vote. Slack or a Discord, and sort of having like an all-day update.
Exactly. I mean, because we both use Reddit on a daily basis. But is it Reddit? Is Reddit the correct medium for us to begin a community? Is it Discord? Is it? Let us know. What do you guys think? Let us know. Is it Reddit? Megan Hutchinson too. Thank you. Bethany Alexander.
All right. Well, I think it's a good time to announce our next series.
Yes. Oh, Reddit/Discord though.
I'm gonna go get another beer before we do. Actually, you can counter the Reddits.
Yes, we can. Laura Anderson, we hear you. Thank you so much for sending your story. I particularly read yours. Yeah, go on. Yeah, thanks. I read your story. It was fantastic. We only have time to do 2 in this particular live stream, but thank you for sending it in. Let's see. Reddit. Danny and I both use Reddit. Discord's a different, an interesting one. I'm not too sure. The thing is with Reddit is that you guys could kind of use the voting system to update. Megan, also we read Lydia Woke Up. Good shout out. I don't do presently. Discord is for gamers. Yeah, we're gamers. We game the gamers. Dorothy in the Land of Awesome says, I left a sleepover once because I thought my friend's parents were vampires and would bite me in my sleep. But I also always used to cover my feet every night because I don't want to get pulled into my bed. Same. Yeah. All of us felt that, didn't we? If you haven't been to a sleepover and thought that the person that you're sleeping over, parents were vampires, have you?
Wait, didn't we read a story about that? We read a story. We did.
Oh, about creepy. Yes, we did.
Oh no! It's a Reddit story I read ages ago about this kid going over to a sleepover and finding out the family of vampires.
Right. Okay.
It was really good actually.
Brilliant. So what's going on?
Right, I think we should announce the new series. So, yeah, basically, guys, we've done a lot of thinking over the past few weeks about where the channel's going, and we're always going to be doing, this format we have right now, which is writing original scary stories and reading them out to each other. But we think the channel has so much more potential to go in other directions as well, and do other formats. And we are going to be starting a new series, hopefully in the next month, shall we say?
Yes.
And it's going to be called.
And also, it will partially replace. So at the moment we're on double uploads. We're doing scary stories twice a week, and this one will be our segue into the kind of next evolution of How Know, so to speak. So scary stories will be a very definitive show that we put on How Know, but we have something very exciting which we feel will segue nicely, and Danny will tell us what that is.
Yeah, so it's going to be called The Never Ending Story, and essentially concept's still pretty open, but we think that we're going to make it so that 1 week I write part of this story, and then the next week Jack follows on. Mm-hmm. And then back and forth. So we each write sort of a chapter each, if you like. Now, we don't know where the story's going to go. We might even take inspiration from you guys and suggestion, but it's going to be an epic tale, and we're both going to try and take it in different ways. And, there's a good chance it's going to have some scary stuff in, but it also could be funny. It also could be adventurous. It also could be inspirational. It could be end up in space. It could end up in the depths of the earth. We have no idea what genre or what form it's going to take. All we know is that it's going to be all one big story. So every week, hopefully, you guys will tune into the Never-Ending Story, and there'll be a new chapter for you guys to enjoy. And then you get to look forward to the other person taking it in a whole different direction the next week. So that's our idea, and we think it's going to be a really good balance. It's going to be a really good balance to balance out the scariness and just expand our storytelling ability. because we want the whole channel to basically just be all kinds of stories, everything. So we started off with scary, which is great. Very much enjoy it. I'm sure a lot of you guys enjoy the scary stories, but you know, we've touched on a bunch of other different human emotions in this in these videos, and we want to cover that. So yeah, what do you guys think? I think the stream delay is just at the point now where we can start getting some feedback and stuff.
Yeah, so that's our idea.
Be like a story soap opera, I guess.
Yeah, but we also want you guys to be completely involved in it as well. So we're trying to set up, and maybe actually, because we're brainstorming on the go, maybe if we set up a subreddit or /Discord or whatever we're going for, maybe that will play into perhaps some kind of interactive way for you guys to interact with these stories as well. We're also thinking of we don't really know, so to speak, but we kind of we love YouTube as a medium, and we know that YouTube has a lot of functionality to kind of build a fan base in that respect. So we're kind of looking at stuff like super chat and stuff like that. We kind of want to give you guys a reason to kind of be invested in this channel as much as we are. So I know that you can kind of do like subscription based stuff. So if you're on board with that, we're on board with that. If you are, we definitely want to make sure it's worth your while. We kind of if you kind of put financial value into us, we kind of want to make sure that you have something back for that. But part of that will hopefully play into the Never Ending Story, because I think a lot of what we were doing with the latter end of the Scary Stories series was to kind of build a world that Danny and I were happy with, and you guys were happy with. Yeah. So this is...
So some of our biggest fans and the people we see a lot, you know, there's a very good chance that they'll appear as characters, at least in name, in the Never Ending Story.
That's the idea. That's what we really... That's the one thing that Danny and I spoke about that we really want to do, is that it'd be awesome if we can have a particular subscriber brackets and you will be written into the story, because that would be so awesome for us, and hopefully super awesome for you as well. But the most important thing is that we always want to make it worth your while. We want to make sure that this relationship that we have is kind of inclusive and worth everyone's time, but most of all entertaining, because Danny and I do this because we find it really fun, you know, and like we have so much fun coming up with ridiculously scary stories that we want to carry on. So this is what we do in our spare time, you know. And if it wasn't for you, we'd be talking to each other in an empty room.
I'm sure you guys are all aware of like how memberships work and stuff on YouTube. You become a member of a channel, so we're going to be coming up with a whole different bunch of badges. So
yes,
we're going to have badges for people who had their stories read out on stream. We'll have badges for people who, you know, appear in the Never Ending Story. We'll have badges for the top donators. And that's the direction we're going. Really building a sort of a community, and feeling like, you know, that what you guys give to us, aka your stories and your time, is going to be rewarded in some way. You'll either be immortalized in our stories, or you'll get a nice little badge. So more on that to come. That's just sort of the headlines right now. Obviously, when we do our next live stream with the theme being radio, that's when it's going to be all systems go. That's when we're going to have all of this stuff fleshed out, and we will announce it on the live stream, and we'll start dishing out badges, putting you guys in our stories in the brand new series called the Never Ending Story. I'm excited.
And also Burble Boffin, I know you've been saying that you got to go. Shout out to you, thank you so much, and thank you for stopping by as well. Hard work pays off. Anna Roo says, howdy Danny and Jack from Austin, Texas. You all are awesome. I love listening to what you'll come up with. Oh, and Danny, it makes me sad seeing you drink water beer. Danny is drinking Bud, actually, yeah. Hey, Bud's great. Bud's good.
Bud's all right.
Bud's good, Bud. Bud's good, Bud.
Bud, I mean, it was just easy. It's just easy to get in Canada, right? It's there. It's in a 6-pack.
Exactly. Convenience.
Okay.
Oh, Joseph Martinez, thank you so much, and thank you for your story. It's a pleasure to to share it with everyone and for you to share it with us. Thank you, buddy. Pleasure. Lindsay says Abraham Thicket is behind you.
We're back. I think we're back.
Wait, let me put my chat.
We back?
Stream's offline.
They're in the rows.
Live stream's offline. We're back. Apparently.
I don't know if we are. I think I would have seen it by now. You're back. I see you.
What? You see us?
Can you see
we
us?
We don't see us. Oh! Now you're back. Gone forever. Forever RIP.
Well, I'm very confused because we can't.
Guys,
well, whatever. We don't.
We can't see ourselves, but we can see the chat, and apparently we can see you. All right, I'm going to say a word. I'm going to say the word dolphin, and if you're seeing us say this word, please put dolphin in chat because we can't see. Oh no, it's down again.
As long as that's green in the bottom right on OBS, it's all good. It's just
really,
yeah. That means it's healthy. Went red when they went. But
dolphin
not appearing here.
Dolphin. 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 Someone said dolphin. I'm still pushing the midget dolphin. Never saw you guys leave. Dolphin. This is.
Someone else says live stream offline. It's going so well. I know.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, there we go.
I think we're there. I think we're good. Yeah, we're back.
Why is everyone saying dolphin?
All right,
shark.
Guys.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so one thing that we're very aware of as well is that we kind of have a few ideas in terms of this live stream, which perhaps may come to fruition soon. Mm-hmm. We have a few spaces in this fine city that we both live in, Toronto, that we can perhaps work through, which is another exciting thing. But yeah, I think the whole point of this live stream was to let you guys know that we appreciate everything that you do. Danny and I adore it. You know, it's so much fun, and we always want it to be fun. So if we can kind of put the schematics in place to make it something much more enriching, then we'd like to do that. So thank you very much for spending a portion of this evening with us.
Yeah, it's been really good. This has actually been possibly my joint favourite stream. I think I really enjoyed the first one we did, but this has also been really fun. I really like it. I really like this stream.
This is a great stream, and we're going to be doing this every month because, as you all know, if you didn't come at the start of the stream, we want a story from you that is between 1,000 and 1,500 words. That is on the theme of the word radio. Apparently we're buffering, but maybe it's all the text you keep throwing at us.
Well, them? Nah.
Mine is not lagging. It's interesting, isn't it?
All right. Well, anyway. Also, I was going to say, having a set theme and knowing what's to come will also help us prepare images to do to turn their story into a real sort of no.
And that's what we want to do.
So we're going to get our editor Cassie. So all the videos you've seen that have been edited by our wonderful editor Cassie. So we're going to give her those ideas up front. So she's going to get a bunch of pictures about radio ready. And then I'm going to get them all ready for the live stream. And as we read out your stories, we'll go through it. You'll get a live no video of your story. So that's another thing that we're thinking of. But again, this is just to put the message out there, spread the word. And the next live stream, it's all systems go.
Whoa! Jesus Andrade, deadline for Radio Story is when? 1 month from today. So we're going to be doing this exactly in next month. The deadline for those stories. That's a good question. The day before.
Yeah, we'll say the 6th of July.
6th of July. That's the deadline.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll be starting a subreddit. I think definitely, actually.
Also, don't worry about this information because there's a handful of you guys watching this live stream right now, but we've obviously got thousands of people who are subscribed who aren't in this live stream. So we're going to keep announcing these details over the next month. So you're not going to miss out on any information. So don't worry. But yeah, we'll call it a month from now, right? We'll be back here doing your short stories, 1,000 to 1,500 words about the topic of radio. So yeah.
Oh, Megan Hutchison came up with an incredibly important notion. She said that July 7th is a Sunday, so it will be July 5th.
Everyone do it on a Friday, yeah? I mean...
I think it would be best... What do you guys think? I think it would be best to always do it on a Friday because that kind of segues the nice Thursday and Sunday uploads. Friday, it's us. Obviously, we spend most of the week getting Thursday and Sunday's videos ready for you guys. So Friday's kind of like a...
Yeah,
a little break.
Friday's good. All right.
Yeah.
So July 5th. So July 4th will be the cutoff. Send your stories in before July 4th. Which
4th of July.
A lot of Americans watching.
Shoot for the sky. There we go.
Independence Day, or as we call it.
What do we call it, Daniel?
What
do we call it, Daniel?
What do they call it?
Treason Day.
Treason Day, that's it, yeah. July 4th. Happy Treason Day to all our American viewers.
That one time that you all committed treason.
I really hope you guys get that. And find
I really hope you find the humour in that. That one time that an entire country committed treason. God damn.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Bethany Alexander says, I'm proud of it. Of course. Thank you so much for that treasonous act.
Lol.
We still ain't got over that tea party, have we?
No. All right. Well, I think it's a good time to start winding it down. So if we start saying goodbye now, then we'll have enough delay so we can actually see their goodbyes.
Yes. The Desert Life says, may I have your guys' permission to use both of your names in my next horror story? Of course, The Desert Life. You be as creative as you want, but not too creative. Wait, can I say that?
Yeah, that's what you want. It's our live stream. All right. Okay, guys. So you got all the details. We'll do a community post in the next day or two to sort of solidify it. So keep an eye out for that. New video coming out on Sunday. As always, Sundays and Thursdays.
I will admit, Sunday's video is going to be a very good video. Not like all of them aren't, but can we give everyone in the live stream a little bit of an insight?
Go ahead.
Sing it to the moon.
You want to sing it?
No, what's the title? Sing it to the moon.
Oh, we're going to give the title away.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, to our dedicated followers, yes.
So
sure.
Danny is going to give the title to Sunday's video in advance to all of you. So all of you in this live stream now will know what Sunday's video is called, and it may offer a little bit of insight.
I think that's a very good reward because we've got sort of 58 odd people in here now.
Yeah.
I think that's a very good reward for people who tuned in and stay with us for the live stream.
100%.
So keep it between yourselves, right?
Yeah. Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell the other non-live stream plebs, right? But the title of Sunday's video is "Sing to the Moon." There you go. "Sing to the Moon" is the title,
and it's really good.
So when you watch the video on Sunday, Jack doesn't even know that in that video. He doesn't even know that title. You'll know before Jack does in that video.
It's complete and it's shock and awe. Yeah. We are werewolves, not swearwolves. Anyway, guys, we're going to have to wind it down now because it's getting a little bit late here. We have a few horror parties that we need to go to. We need to go and howl at the moon. Sing to the moon.
Exactly. thanks so much, guys. I've really enjoyed this live stream.
This has been fantastic. Thank you all so much.
Yeah,
for stopping by.
Tune on Sunday, and then tune next week. We'll start rolling out the details for all the stuff we talked about to everyone else who hasn't seen this live stream. Hopefully, a lot of people will watch this live stream not live anyway, so they'll be able to catch up on it. But keep your eye tuned. Keep your eye tuned.
Keep your ears peeled to the ground.
Peeled to the ground.
Keep your ears peeled to the ground.
Because this summer is where things really take off.
Yes.
100%. 20%. All right, guys.
El Scorchio.
We'll say bye now, and then we'll watch all the buys come in, and then we'll silently shut the stream off as we stare at the buys.
Bless. No, but thank you all. Seriously, thank you so much.
They should be coming in any second now.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
People are still typing dolphins.
Dolphin.
Live long and prosper.
I did it the opposite
way. Bye, guys. Take it easy. Have a great weekend.
Live long.
Mwah. See you in a bit.
See you later, everyone.